Peace, everybody. Peace. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. Okay. So it's about a minute in. I wanted to wait at least a minute. Anybody who joins, thank you. Um, it's just a quick little. Let's talk about it, right? I don't have the biggest platform in the world, so if this message is deep and it is how I think it could turn out to be, then only thing I can hope is that people share, and like it or whatever. So I just want to talk about the state of the world and how it's coming to a close right now because it's pretty bad right now. Honestly, it's pretty bad. So let me tell you my perspective of it. Okay. So for me, I've been doing a lot of consumer law research. I've been doing a lot of research into the Constitution and how the actual system, the actual government is run, like what like all of that stuff, like the research into it, right? Like so, knowing about our rights, knowing what's right actually and what's wrong and what's read and where, and that kind of stuff, right? Okay, so without getting too over explaining, and doing too much to complicate the situation, I learned that in some of the religious texts, or in the religious texts, that the law is also in there as well, right? So the law and the religious texts coincide with each other. It's up to date, right? They do things like it's called the Lord's Release. Look up the Lord's Release. It's Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Okay. I don't want to get too in depth with that because that's not really what I'm talking about. But it's important for me to say that because so the way that the world is right now is it's coming to a close, and I think I personally feel like uh, Revelations is Revelations in the Bible was very specific about how this is going to happen. So I really feel like that time is among us. You know, I really feel like there's two options for the state of mankind right now because we got the first option, which is going to be we all follow the blind and fall into the ditch that the blind led us into, or that we all start gaining eyes, right? And we gain our eyes, and we got our eyes so we can see, so we won't fall into the ditch with everyone. We won't fall into the ditch at all. Hopefully, we all start gaining eyes at the same time, and millions of us start pointing like, "Hey, no, that sign says it's dangerous," right? Hopefully, that happens. Like I said, I'm not going to be more than 10 minutes. So I appreciate even this one viewer, whoever's here. I appreciate you, whoever stopped by. I appreciate you. Um, so I really think, based off of the knowledge and experience and the wisdom that I gained, that this world is coming to a close. So without it being like, regardless of how you're seeing, oh, the world's in. I don't mean the world's ending, but I mean that the way that we see life is going to change now. We're in this. Yeah, bro. For real. I even think the Drake and Kendrick Lamar diss has something. Oh man. Of course you want to cut my time off. I hope y'all hear me. I hope y'all can see me. It looks like we're going again. I even think the Kendrick Lamar diss has something to do. The Drake and Kendrick Lamar has something to do with the overall what's going on here. As far as how bad things are going. They're just trying to. I think it helps. It's probably not directly like that, but I think it's been everywhere. All you hear is they not like us. They not like us. And you're not listening to what he said. Like
when he said, once upon a time, most of us was in chains. You know what I'm saying? Talking about how the settlers came and was using town folks to make money. That's still happening, and it's a bigger than a musical thing. It's like all of us are going through that. That's why the dollar, the American dollar, is so undervalued right now. That's why it's it's so cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so expensive to buy stuff right now because we're not playing the game right. Like the way that the government is set up, Constitution and Commerce is set up, we're not playing it right, you know. So since we're not playing it right, even though now the information is in the forefront, even though it's in the forefront and we're not playing it right, the only thing that's gonna happen is it's gonna crash. It's gonna keep going and it's gonna crash. When it crashes, then I believe that's when we're gonna be toast. So I just wanted to leave this message here for who needs it, who who is in the position to get this to where it needs to be, or to take the message itself and get where it has to go, so we can make a change, right? I believe that we're gonna all be toast. We're all gonna be in the draft. Not all of us, but you know, our children are gonna be in the draft. Our children are gonna be at war. Our people, our friends, our neighbor, they're gonna go to be at war, and we're in 2024. We know better now. You know, we know that where we can talk stuff out and we don't have to shoot at people. We know that in 2024. You know, like it's not a question. We got psychology. We got, you know what I'm saying, diplomats and communications, and they're all from all across the world. It's not just one nation that has this information. So get this to who it has to get to, you know, or get them understand the message I'm trying to bring. More peace, you know. We don't need violence. Bring the peace. We need someone who has peace in their heart and their minds and their soul, you know, to bring peace to this world. Because otherwise, we're gonna be toast. I don't want to live in a world where, you know, I gotta see I gotta see people go to war and die for it, knowing that it's over money that they print, you know, over money that every government in the world prints. They print the money. It didn't. They don't need gold behind it, you know. They need you behind it. And if you die, they just take your money. They just took your money. You die, you lost your life and your money. I could go into how to fix that. I can show people how we can start gaining our freedoms back. But I really just want us all to wake up. Can we all wake up simultaneously and say that it's time for a change, like how Tupac did? You know, we say I see no changes. You know, he knew it was time for a change. It was time for a change back then, and that was when it needed to happen. But now we don't got that time. We got this year probably. Next year it's not gonna look good, guys. It's not gonna look good. Nobody wants to hear this from the funny guy. Nobody wants to hear this from the music guy. Nobody wants to hear this from the guy that doesn't have his dreads done, the conspiracy theorist looking dude. Nobody wants to hear it from me, but it's okay. It's true. It's true. Okay, we talk about Trump and then the elections and stuff like that, how they're also in your face to make you see one side of it. But can we all go do our own research, and then can we all speak about it? Why can't we, as the most, we have so much information? Why are we not informed? Why are we only informed on what we see on our feeds? Why don't we go and all do our own research separately and come together and talk about what's real? That's the change I want to see. Let's talk about what's real. Let's all do our own research in the shit, our own separate individual research, and let's see who's telling the truth here. Let's see who's doing what. Let's see what is what, because we don't have that in today. You know, like there used to be philosophers and mathematicians that used to do this, and we still got those people, but they don't give a damn about the human. You know, like they don't give a damn about the current state. You know, and that's not right. We need people who's gonna give a damn about the state and the mathematics and the politics and all of that stuff, and we all need to stay in this together. Our children should be talking about what who the fuck should be running this shit, even if they're not running it themselves. You know, that ideal voting, it's a good idea, but we don't have it. It's not in place. You, I challenge whoever sees this video after I post it. The people who already are here and left, fine. But whoever sees this video after I post it, I challenge you. I challenge you to do your own research, and you tell me for sure whether or not me, if I'm not considered a minor, or what it is considered a minor, or how do I become a minor, or how do I become of the majority? If I am a minor, if I'm considered a minor, because most of us are considered minors. If I'm considered a minor, does my vote count? That's what I challenge you to do. If I'm considered a minor, does my vote count? Okay, fine. You might get your results, so I'm gonna give you one more on top of that if you decide to do it. Are you considered a minor? Let's say you say no, I'm not considered a minor. Why aren't you a minor? Okay. And then secondly, if you're a criminal, what can make you a criminal? What can make you a criminal? Because we know felons can't vote. They're not allowed to vote. So if they can't vote, who can vote? Who's considered an enemy of state? You didn't hear it from me. You know what I'm saying? You literally didn't hear it from me. But tell me who's allowed to vote. Tell me who's allowed to vote, and then come back to this and tell me if I was being a conspiracy theorist, or tell me if I was lying. Tell me if I was blowing smoke up your ass. Who's allowed to vote? They're gonna say everybody. Don't go for the first Google answer you see. You have to do research. Who is allowed to vote? You go tell me who's allowed to vote. You bring me to whoever can tell me who's allowed to vote. I'll send you $100 on Cash App. The first person to tell me who's allowed to vote, I'll send you $100 on Cash App. Gotta send in the comment sections. You can DM me on Instagram. Do what you gotta do. First person I see who could tell me who's actually allowed to vote, you know what I'm saying, for the president or for the representatives to even go to the president, you got it. But that's all I'm gonna say. This world is in a sorry state. Hopefully we can get it together someday. And that's my segment for now. So, peace. Ciao.